Hello people that how is doing today? I suppose people know what I was going to talk about anyway. I was actually going to talk about this. Obviously the Irish government, either in the present time or in the future, are desperate to bring in policy on banning coal and tough and things like that. So basically smoke, anti-liquids, fumes, and replace with what's it smokeless coal. That's the word. Um, and the only thing I have to say to the Irish government is, that it's not going to affect, the young people, because obviously young people really wouldn't be using coal and shoveling coal into the fire and everything like that. And I know many old people who have fires, and they depend on their fires. They have nothing else to keep them warm. And, they buy a bag of coal and mud maybe to keep them warm, and that's all they have. They only have their fire. They have nothing else. They have no electric stove, electric heating, house is not insulated. And the government, what they try and bring this smokeless code, and smokeless code is very dear. Um, Especially if you're on the pension. If you're on the pension, like the majority of the older people I know are on the pension, and find it hard to make ends meet no matter what happens. But they're gonna find it desperately hard now if they can't, born like some I know 2 or 3 old people who are born tough. They live beside the bog and they take tough out of the bog. Um, and now they won't be able to do it. If it does go through, they won't be able to do that. And and as I said, we do need the change. We do need the change as a society and what we burn into the atmosphere and what fossil fuels we let up to the atmosphere. But a few old people born in tough, we should just turn a blind eye to that, because that's not going to kill everybody in the world. Let's be honest. Obviously we need to try and look for other solutions for the young generation to keep themselves warm and obviously like that. But I think it'd be very selfish of the government to force old people that can barely survive on their pension to get the house insulated and the rest of this crack. And I really hope that it does need to. I have to admit that it does need to be put in place. Because it is affecting the atmosphere. Now, not so much. I don't believe turf is the biggest cause. Obviously, oil heating and stuff like that is affecting the deadly. But we have to find other solutions to keep people warm and everything like that. We can't make people freeze in their house. Like if the guy would like I can explain one man's situation. That he's not living on his own, right? He's living on his own. He has a few briquettes, a few bags of coal a month, right? He pays maybe €40 for, maybe let's just say. I know that, and the person speaking of now is a man I know very well. Let's just I say about €50 or €40 he spends a month on coal, out of his pension. That's a lot. Especially in the winter time, you depend on your fire more. And he has a house. He has a cottage house, and he has open fire. It's not insulated. It's style cottage. It's not really. It doesn't have an attached roof or anything like that. It's just it's very old school. It's like the house I used to live in. It's it's not modern. And he only has his fire. There's nothing else to keep him warm. There's nothing else in the house that can keep him warm. And he's happy with his fire. He's happy burning the turf and the briquettes and everything like that. He's happy. He's rather have that than the turn the freezing to death. So the government have to look at this first before they just decide to throw it in and fine people and whatever they want to do with people. But let's be honest here. It's not the Irish government who wants to do it. It's obviously the people in buses that are forcing the Irish government to move themselves on a bit, because we all know that the Irish government couldn't care less because they're happy enough with the extra tax they're getting out of the code. So it's it's the upper powers in it's out of Ireland's control, I suppose you could say. But it'd be very shameful if they start arresting old people for lighting a fire. It would be a shameful act for not using smokeless coal and they can't afford it. That would be shameful. And I can see it happen. I can see it happening. Because this country's just a joke, to be honest. Sometimes it's just really, really just a joke. But we have to wait and see. And simple as that. We have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't happen this year in 2030. Hopefully maybe 2021, maybe we might find some solution of getting some funding to sort out different things. They find different alternatives, cheaper alternatives for people to switch over. But anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe for more, and bye.